So here I am today, Sunday afternoon, out at the model airplane field, and we're going to try and fly. We're going to fly this plane today, at least for the camera. I brought others out. There, we got it. And I'm going to put this thing on my head when I'm ready, and hopefully I get some footage. There's a, maybe you can see that in the sky. Got one guy up already. So anyway, let me just get this on here, and we'll get started. I've already done all of my pre-flight checks, so now it's time to start the engine. So let's turn on the receiver battery and back up here, and we'll turn on the transmitter. This way they match up, they bind up, all that good stuff. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, now one more check before we go. We want to make sure that everything matches. So they should have right aileron, left aileron, up elevator, down elevator, right rudder, left rudder, and that's the throttle. I can hear it moving. I know that's right. Alright, so I've already fueled up the airplane, so I'm gonna hook up my plug driver. There we go. Okay. Hope you can see this. Not that you really care, but whatever. Anyway, so we'll do this. Now what we're gonna do is, before we put power to the glow plug here, we want to prime the engine. So we're going to open up the throttle, and we're going to pull some fuel in to the carburetor. There, I can feel it on my finger. So we're good. Let's get our cord out of the way here. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the plug driver. Shut the throttle, crack it a skosh. There we go. Okay, looks like we got power. Turn up the juice. There we go. Not so much to burn up the plug. And we get out our, where did I put my, where's my chicken stick? Oh, there it is. Trusty chicken stick. Because I don't feel like getting bashed up fingers. I'll crack the throttle a little bit here, and let's see if we can fire it up. Make sure everything's out of the way of the propeller arc. Kind of tight quarters here. There we go. Oh, look at that. Second flip. Lucky me. Even running the right way. Now we take this off. Let the motor warm up a bit. Alright. Alright, now once it's warmed up, we're going to power up the engine, do a run-up test, make sure that the high-speed needle is set correctly, and then we'll be ready to fly. Here we go. Sounds good. Sounds like she's idling a little bit fast, so we'll try and slow that down a little bit. There we go. That's a nice idle right there. Alright, I think we're ready. Let's take it out here. Wind's out of the west today, so we're going to take off into the wind. We'll start at the east end of the runway. Oh, looks like coal's on the field, so we're going to wait a minute on that. Power it up just a bit to keep it running. Everything still looks good. Alright. I'll try and keep this close in, because this thing looks like a dot once you get it out there. So This engine is very old. Amazing how well it still runs. This engine's probably 25 years old. Plane's probably about the same. This plane was actually found in a dumpster, all broken up and given to me, and I've put it back together to make it fly again. Yeah, it looks like he's about done. Now there's a look at our field. Right out in the middle of the, looks like we planted beans this year. Runway's 300 feet long, plenty enough for these things. All right, he's off the field, so let's go. Here we go. I gotta go back here. The rule says I gotta be by this thing. So let's go back here. Ready? I think the plane's ready. Question is the pilot ready? Alright, here we go. Alright. Probably gonna need a little elevator down trim. I had to fix that the other day. I was flying it. First it was diving, now it's climbing. But I expected that. So we'll get a little altitude and then we'll trim it. Throttle back so I don't climb so much. There we go. A little bit of down. Let's see how that works. Once I get it trimmed, then I'll bring it down low and we'll do some so you can see it. Still climbing under power. A little more down. Still wants to climb, but I think I'm getting it. The elevator on this thing is, I found it's quite touchy. Where am I at on my trim? You see, I'm all the way down, and it still wants to climb. So I'm gonna have to make a mechanical adjustment on it. But it's better than it wanted to dive. So anyway, I'm good enough. I can fly it this way. So let's get down here and do some stuff lower to the ground. Full power, doesn't seem to have any trouble climbing. That's for sure. It's good, and this ain't really that powerful of an engine either. I'm probably gonna put a bigger prop on it because I think it's flying a little faster than it needs to. I mean, so a bigger propeller with a less aggressive pitch will give me less speed and a little bit more torque to power through some of these maneuvers, a hammerhead stall and loop and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I got to too remember this is only a 6-ounce fuel tank, so I'm used to flying an 8-ounce fuel tank on an engine of this size, so I'm gonna have to consider landing. Not that it would matter, I've landed power off plenty of times, you know, without crashing, but it's kind of nice just to be able to put it on the ground with the engine running. So, well, I hope you're getting a good view of it. I know it gets pretty small pretty fast, so I'm gonna walk out here closer to the runway, and we can fly a little closer to us that way. Yeah, we got her working today, Cole. I'm gonna have to do a mechanical adjustment on the elevator. It's wanting to climb a little bit under power, but other than that, not bad.
You can't get any more trim on it?
No, I've got it maxed out. The other time I was flying it, it was diving real bad, so I went a little more. The elevator's real touchy on this thing. It's real touchy in pitch.
Well, then your tail head.
No, that's possible, yeah. I really haven't balanced it, so it might be. Won't be the first time I've flown a tail-heavy airplane.
It could be that it just doesn't take much elevator.
Right. I'm barely cracking half throttle. See, it's climbing right there. I'm not doing that. It's got a nasty little stall too. All right, let's do a pass at the runway just as if we're landing without landing. Oh, that'll be easy to land. And only 6 ounces of fuel, so I got to manage my time on this a little bit too. All right, let's bring it on in for, let's get it on final land and we'll end this video. Power off, line up with the runway. Let's let her float in. Jesus Christ. Go around. Almost hurt myself.
That was a nice shot.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Hopefully you captured it.
I was expecting to land. I don't know what happened to me. I just kind of lost it. It could have been bad. Let's stay out a little further out on the runway this time. I didn't mean to do that. That wasn't planned either. I'm not accepting that as my final landing.
They don't fly like a boat. You use the throttle for altitude.
Yeah, it takes a little getting used to again. This thing is, it's hard to figure this airplane yet. It stalls kind of fast, and I still want to bleed off some airspeed, but yet I don't want to stall it. I'm too high. Go around again. If it doesn't look good, hit the throttle.
What is that, like a 25?
It's a 40, a bushing 40,
Oh wow, that's gotta be pretty fast.
old style.
Yeah, that's a pylon raiser, huh?
No, well, it looks like it, but it's just a sport plane.
Well, it's pretty narrow and thin.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. Now if I can just get it to turn before it run out of runway. All right. That'll work. It's on the ground in one piece. Any landing like that in one piece is a good one. And unless it's a big plane, then any landing you walk away from is a good one. All right. All right, let's shut her down. There we go.
Like a smoothie.
It's either like the Balsa USA Smoothie, or it's a Super Sportster. But the guy that had it modified it. The engine's supposed to be upright. He mounted it sideways to make the nose look nicer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a 10.5 prop on it. It's got a 9.6 on it right now. I'd like to slow it down a little bit. Yeah. Seems to be. Yeah. Now see these.
Basically, it's oversized.
Yeah, it's probably got more power than it needs, but believe it or not, that's actually a that's like the equivalent. This engine came out. What the hell's that? Oh, your struts?
The struts. Last time I flew, I broke one of them.
Oh hell!
And it came completely off. This time I landed and it was hanging.
Oh well, at least you got it on the ground before
Well,
something worse happened.
No, I'm flying anyway.